So tonight, I want to come to you guys, Michigan. So it's almost nighttime, actually dinner time, 6 p.m. I wanted to come to you tonight and talk about how to deal with being in a rut at work. I know a lot of us are very familiar with that feeling, and in some cases, a reality, actually being in a rut. So before I get started, for those of you who might be new to me, Linda Talaferro from the T, The Extra Effort, career advisory firm. I'm helping professionals get unstuck, uncover things like how to get out of ruts at work so that we can flourish. Also help people build a strong foundation to leverage so you can shift the trajectory of your career. It's hard to do though, when we're in ruts, when we find ourselves in this vicious cycle of not being able to move forward, not seeing any progression, not really being fulfilled at all with going into work, no motivation for being there. So I know in my experience and people that I've worked with, the clients that I've had, I found that the most important way to get out of this rut situation is to understand the why. It's important to understand the why really in anything that we do. But when we're in this situation where we can't climb out of this hole that we find ourselves in at work, we got to get our hands around the why. And the way to do that is not what I know I've done before, what many have done before because it's natural, and that is to blame others. So we believe that why is somebody else's issue, somebody else is at fault. It's either the boss or it's the coworker or it's someone on the team that didn't like me. It's usually that's the first thing we go to is someone else for the blame, for the reason, or for the why. When 9 times out of 10, I have found, I know in my experience, and most people that I work with, the why is not anybody else. The reason isn't anyone else. The reason is ourselves, to be frank with you. But because we tend to not do that reflective look, because we tend to immediately believe it belongs to someone else, we find that rut, that hole we're in at work to get bigger and bigger and bigger because we're not focused in the right direction. And I know that's hard to hear. And I'm not saying that we don't run into difficult people. I'm not saying that we don't have those individuals that cause us roadblocks, that cause us problems, that try to dig the hole for us. I'm not saying that that doesn't exist. What I'm saying is our focus should be on what we can control, what we need to fix within ourselves. And 9 times out of 10, when we do that, we can avoid the holes and even the landmines because someone else will uncover them for us if we've done the work. So taking time to reflect, to look in the mirror, being honest with ourselves. I mean, having those difficult conversations with ourselves and being honest. And then most importantly, using a powerful tool that I love. A lot of people find challenging. And frankly, in the beginning, I didn't like it either, but using the powerful tool of feedback. That's why it's so important to have that person, that accountability partner at work, or that mentor that you can go to, because that's a powerful tool that you can use. That feedback, it'll help you reflect and help you to start to peel back the onion so that you can do the robust, strong reflection you need to do, identify the gaps, identify the opportunities, identify your real whys that you're in the rut. Identify them so that you can go about fixing them and slowly but surely climbing out of that rut. When you start doing that reflective work and when you Take a look at the feedback that you're getting. Go out and search for it. Maybe even, look at performance reviews feedback. If you've been fortunate enough to get a 360 done, taking a look at that, I bet you some of what you might find is what I found previously in my career and what a lot of my clients have found. One, didn't show up when we had the chance. So there were opportunities where we could have shown up strong. We could have either raised our hand for that next level, or we were in the room and could have offered some valuable input, or we were on a team and we shrunk in the corner. We didn't say anything. We weren't present. So we didn't show up when we had the chance to show up. We were maybe focused on something else we shouldn't have been focused on. And maybe we really were just allowing fear to take control and preventing us from showing up. Or maybe the other one is we focus too much on the mistakes that we've made in the past. That could affect, number one, cause you not to show up, but it can also put you in this woe is me spiral, the spin of, I make mistakes, I can't be good enough, I'm afraid of making them again, I'm going to fail, rather than leveraging and using those mistakes to grow and learn from so you can move forward. So not showing up when you should have and worrying about mistakes you've made in the past and allowing them to be roadblocks, allowing them to become issues, or probably ways that you have created your why, that you have created the why to the rut that you're in at work. And thirdly, that, I just mentioned this, you don't have a mentor. You don't have someone that can help you along the way, that can advise you, that can see potential roadblocks, potential landmines before you see them, that can share their mistakes that they've made, their challenges, and how they've overcome them. That person that really is vested interest in your growth and can help you get out of the rut that you're in at work. You don't have that person or persons, because sometimes it's not a bad idea to have more than one mentor and get different perspectives, because all of our experiences are different and we bring different value to the table. But because you're in a rut, most likely you don't have that. I didn't have mentors early in my career. Wish I had it early in my career. There's a lot of landmines and spirals that I could have avoided had I had them. So those are three areas that I believe is probably part of your why. Most likely part of your why you are experiencing the rut that you're experiencing, why you day in and day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out, are not moving forward, not attaining the goals that you desire. So I just wanted to come on tonight and just give you something to think about, especially in this time that we're in now, working remotely, a lot of the uncertainty around us, things aren't clear, ambiguities you've heard me talk about before. It's easy to get stuck in a rut. Easy. So stuck in it before this happened, definitely could be easy to get stuck in it now, because it feels like Groundhog Day. I mean, we're working from home and every day looks the same as the day before, and the day next looks like it did 2 weeks ago. I completely get it. But if some of this is resonating for you, of the three areas that might be your why, when you take the time to really peel back the onion and be honest with yourself and take a look, if you find that you aren't showing up when you have the chance, even if you're on a video, even if you're working from home, you need to still show up. There is no difference. But if you're letting those opportunities pass by, that's probably part of your why. If you're spending too much time focused on past mistakes, that's going to cause you to get into a rut, because then you're going to have that perfectionism thing is going to start to creep in, and that's going to put you right in a definite trap. No doubt about it. It's going to prevent you from moving forward. And then the third one that I shared lastly, if you don't have a mentor, if you don't have someone that is a safe person, vested in your interest, has a vested interest in you, to bounce things off, to give you advice to move forward. And there could be other reasons for your rut. There could be otherwise. I just know that those are the three usual ones that pop up over and over again. They've popped up for me in my career, and I see them in others that I work with. But there could be others. The key is to do the work to peel back and to get to understanding of the why. Stop the blame game. Really get down to what the why is, and then go about erasing and eliminating those whys to your rut, and you will find yourself out of that hole and moving forward. So I put a link in the comments for you to go in and get some more information on how you can get help getting out of the rut that you might find yourself in. Because we can't do it alone. No man's an island. We may think, and that might be another one of your whys. You may thought you could do it all by yourself. And then what do you find yourself at? The same place you were before, in the rut. So click the link, get yourself some additional help, and strive to get out of the rut, because it's doable. It is definitely achievable. There's no reason why you have to continue to be in this hole, frustrated, in that spiral. You deserve more. You're worth more, and you actually have done the work to get there from a tactical perspective, from the product that you produce. Now do the work on yourself. Do the work for yourself so that you can no longer experience a rut. That's part of your past and rearview mirror that you've learned from. Don't let it turn into a mistake now. See, I almost caught you. I know. You almost went there. Even being in a rut now, when you get past it, don't turn that into a mistake that you wallow on. It's a wonderful lesson that you will have learned and grown from. Okay? So that's all for now. Really have been real focused this week in trying to add some more value to you. And I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. Please take really good care of yourself. And I'll see you next week. Take care.